igneous rocks are the primary rocks. Igneous rocks are the primary rocks, and the rocks form from these rocks. And other rocks that form from these rocks. What are the other rocks that form from these rocks? The name is sedimentary and metamorphic. Okay. So igneous rocks can be changed into sedimentary or metamorphic rocks also. So this is particular rock cycle: igneous, metamorphic and sedimentary. Generally what happens from igneous to sedimentary, from sedimentary to metamorphic, and from metamorphic to igneous. But sometimes igneous rocks directly converts to metamorphic rock, or sedimentary rock directly convert to igneous rocks also. Okay, so it's like a food chain and food web, you have to remember that. Okay, now whatever the fragments are coming, like these are the fragments. Okay, these are the fragments from a volcano, or we can say igneous rocks. Okay, volcanic igneous rocks. So the fragments that are depositing into the deep sea, or the layering is going on, the sedimentation is going on, means the deposition of small soil particles, debris, rock particles are called sedimentation. So this particular diagram in front of you is showing you that this is a big rock. Now the first process is it will break down. That process is called weathering, means breaking down of rocks. Then these particular particles, or we can say elements or compounds, or the rocks and debris will be transported. That is called erosion. So there are different type of erosions: air erosion, wind erosion, water erosion, and soil erosion. All these are erosions, means whatever the weathered particles are, whatever the rocks that has been weathered from the big rocks, small particles that has been transported to the another place. Now these transported sediments will be depositing somewhere. That is called deposition. Okay, now fourth step is that one deposition, second deposition, third deposition, fourth deposition, five deposition. So what will this become? These will become a layers. So this is called our sedimentary rocks. The layering of the igneous rocks particles are called as sedimentary rocks. You have to remember that. Then sometimes sedimentary and igneous rocks also change into metamorphic rocks. Okay, like this. So when the magma is coming out, which type of rocks will be formed? First of all, igneous rocks. After the deposition, what will happen? Sedimentary rocks will be created, and after some time, due to plate tectonics, these sedimentary or igneous rocks will go again into the magma, into the mantle basically, and it will become magma, and again it will come out in the form of lava. That is a full water cycle, the rock cycle. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, so like in this diagram, these are the igneous rocks. The left one is the molten lava. This is the lava, molten lava. These are forming which rocks? Igneous rocks. And this is the photo of Hawaii National Park. Hawaii is very active, volcano plume basically. And in the right side, you will find the metamorphic rocks in the Death Valley National Park of USA. Okay? So you have to remember that how from the igneous to metamorphic rocks are created. They are generated basically. Now, if we talk about that, how exactly the rock cycle is affected by the various human as well as environmental phenomenon. So we will talk about these the phenomenons that are affecting the rock cycle. So first would be that Earth's internal heat and pressure, which can cause rocks to melt completely or transform it into a metamorphic rocks. So simple is that this is our heat, this is our mantle, this is our crust, this is our mantle, and below that it will be core. So there are two types of core also, inner core and outer core. Okay, so if you haven't watched my interior of the earth video, go check out that also. Now from the core, because as we are going down into the earth, temperature is increasing. You have to remember that. Now because of that heat in the core, the rocks that are present in mantle will also get melted basically. So in the mantle, rocks are in the form of semi-molten liquid form. Semi-molten. It's not purely liquid like water. No, not like that. It will be semi-molten liquid mode. Now students, the thing is that this semi-molten liquid will come out in the form of volcano, in the form of lava, and I have already talked about how volcanoes are formed, how lava comes out of the earth's surface, how magma comes out of the earth's surface. Okay, you watch that video also. Now what happens, students, because of the earth's internal heat and pressure, which can cause rocks to melt completely. Don't you think if the rocks will be melted, don't you think that the composition, the properties of rocks will be totally transformed? That is called metamorphic rocks. So this particular process is called metamorphism. Metamorphism. And these are the examples of metamorphic rocks. Example being slate, phyllite, schist, gneiss, migmatite, quartzite and soapstone. So foliated means it will have layers. Foliated means it will have layers, and non-foliated means it won't have layers basically. Okay, now that has to be done. Now second, so this is the first phenomenon. This is the environmental phenomenon. We don't have any business in that. This is how the rock cycle impacts. Second impact is the upliftment of land caused by tectonic process which exposed rock that was underground to weathering and erosion. It means, now the photo in front of you I have already covered in one class. Can you guess that? The answer is batholith. This is a batholith example. Now if you have watched my video previously, you might know what batholith is. Batholith is supposed to be in the deep, like if this is the surface, it is in the depth. Batholiths are formed. Batholiths are the example of intrusive volcanic landforms. Remember that. Means these batholiths are formed deep within the earth. Now you might be wondering how that batholith came out of the surface. Right, this is the photo of the surface only. It's like a mountain. How it came here? So basically, beta, what happened? This particular batholith, due to erosional process, due to tectonic process, it came out. So don't you think the rock that was once intrusive, now it is example of extrusive, and now its erosion can be occurred by wind and water, or by the anthropogenic activity, means human activities. We will also cut this particular rock for our construction purpose and many other industrial purpose. That is how the rock cycle is getting affected. Now the third example can be weathering. So weathering is driven by precipitation, temperature and plant roots, which physically fracture rocks and other environmental chemistry, increasing chemical breakdown. Can you see the photo? Just check once what is going on. These are the rocks, but along with that we have the plants also. Now the plants roots will be going inside the, okay, like here the plants are growing. Now these plants roots will be, it will be weathering the rocks. Don't you think these rocks will be ultimately mixing with the soil, other rocks, or we can say it will be totally disintegrated due to the this particular biological erosion, we can say, or biological property of plants, because those roots will be disintegrating the rocks. So again, rock cycle has been impacted by whom? Environmental phenomenon. Okay. Second example can be the water. If there will be lot of water here, what will happen? Don't you think water erosion will happen? Rocks will disintegrate into parts and it will eroded. It will be transported somewhere. It will become sediment somewhere, and ultimately it can be sedimentary rocks also. That is the role of precipitation and water cycle. Second is temperature. Suppose the temperature of this area in daylight it is 40 degree, and in night it will become like 10 degree. Just take an example. Okay, so this temperature differentiation, it won't go 10, just do 20 for now, 28, 26. Okay, but still in morning, because of the temperature, rocks expanded. Okay, now due to, like, in the night what will happen? It will contract. So this contraction and expansion results in the weathering of the rocks. it will change into again something else. Okay, now next example is that large or deep water bodies, like this is a water body, this is our ocean surface. Basically this is called sea level, remember that, sea level. So interesting thing about sea level is that, like, we are calculating, like we know that Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. Okay, so basically that 8848 meters or 8850 we can say. So this is 8848 meters is from the sea level, means we are counting the sea level from the sea level itself, from the surface level of the sea, not from this area. Remember that, because if we count like this now, there will be more higher mountains than the Mount Everest itself. So we are counting from here, not from here. This is the short piece of information I wanted to give. Fine, let's move to our main. So large or deep bodies of water like big lakes, wide rivers or parts of ocean often have slower moving water. See, water will always move fast here only. Okay, the ocean waves are here only. So as we are going into deep into the ocean, the movement will be slow, not that much fast. If water will move slowly, then what will happen? This these sediment particles, example being silt and clay. Silt and clay, what will they do? They will settle on the ground itself. Don't you think they will settle here only? Because if there will be here, because of the oceanic waves, fast moving oceanic waves, they will be transported from one area to another area. But due to the depth settlement, it won't move that much. Now you tell me, suppose these rocks are igneous rocks, and due to sedimentation of millions of years, don't you think these sediments will become like layers and it will change into sedimentary rocks due to high pressure and high, lot of pressure is there, and after the layering, what will happen? Don't you think this, if this is a layer, if this is a layer, this is first layer, this is second layer, this is third layer, this is fourth. After some time, what will happen? This first layer will lose its moisture also, it will lose the air also, it will become hot, it will become heat, and this is how the sedimentary rocks are formed from the igneous rocks. Okay, don't you think it impacted rock cycle? So we are reading about that, how these environmental phenomena are impacting our rock cycle. Fine.